our first guest is a Heisman Trophy winner. He's a former quarterback for the Denver Broncos, played baseball for the New York Mets, and now he's entering Web3. Please welcome to the show Tim Tebow, currently co-founder of NFT platform Campus.io. Tim, welcome to the show. So you were just in Lisbon, where great to have you, where Web Summit and Solana's Breakpoint was happening. How was the experience? And you know, for our audience, we're all interested in how you got into Web3.
Well, actually, I didn't get the chance to go because I had to do TV here, but our CEO was there, Christine, and she had a great time. And actually how I got involved in Web3, crypto, and NFTs was a couple years ago, invited to a couple people, said, hey, we'd love to do something with you. And I said, I don't even know what this means. Like, what are you even talking about? And then I started researching and looking it up, and I love learning new things. I always want to be a learner, and I just started hearing about this technology and really this progress. And I thought, man, this is so cool. But I'm someone that also really believes in, hey, when there's progress, there should also be purpose with it. And I thought, man, you know, something that really means a lot to me is these young athletes, and these young athletes that have amazing support from fan bases, have amazing support from universities. I thought, man, could there be a way to tie all this together with this amazing progress and technology? And so we kind of brought some people together, and we started Campus. And it's been a lot of highs and lows, but we have loved it. It has been so much fun to be able to bring this technology to these amazing young athletes, and then to be able to bring a better fan experience in this new tokenized age of, you know, figuring all this out. And there's so much that we can do to bring a better fan experience and a better opportunity for the athletes, a better opportunity for the universities, and kind of merge all those together. And that's a little bit of what Campus has done so far. And we're still just a baby in this space and learning every day, but it has been so much fun.
Awesome. I love the Genesis story. So now your latest news is that you're leading an NFT integration for Nissan, a huge company, and its longtime Nissan Heisman House ad campaign, which I'm sure is very personal to you, through Campus, that new sports NFT platform that you co-founded and that's backed by Solana. So tell us about the project.
Yes, it has been so much fun. The Nissan Heisman House tokenized fan club has been awesome. All the Heisman guys, and really that's one of the things we want to bring to the table is amazing partnerships, bringing people together. So it started with being the exclusive partner of the Heisman Trophy Trust, and then being able to bring in Nissan and also an amazing partner, and then the Heisman Trophy winners, all of them together for this fan club. And it has been awesome. We're still in the middle of it, and in early December, we're going to announce the 8 winners of the sweepstakes, and there's amazing rewards and stuff that they're going to get. So that is so exciting, and it has been just so much fun to be able to see how you know, we could try to make it as easy as possible for the onboarding for fans of teams and the Heisman Trophy Trust and Heisman winners to this crypto NFT world, and this sweepstakes has been really fun. And I tell you what, I just want to give a lot of credit to Nissan, because they have done something very few big companies have done, and really had the courage to step out and start this. And I think it's gone really well, and it's been awesome so far. So I can't wait to see how the next couple of weeks go.
So, Tim, how much of the, first of all, it's an honor to have you on, but how much of the proceeds in the NFT sales and things like that go to the athletes versus the universities that they play for? What's the breakdown?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and it differs based on a lot of different situations, and based on the schools, and based on you know, the partnerships of how it goes to. Like, it's a little bit different for the Heisman Trophy Trust, and a little bit different for the kids in school right now, and so we break it down. But our heart really with this is to honor those athletes, and they've given us so many memories, and we want to be able to support them in this opportunity that they're in, and then also connect them even more so with the fan bases that they have that love them, but now do it in a really fast, authentic way where they don't have to go through a whole bunch of agents and a lot of other middlemen to get there. And so that has been something fun. So to really not answer, but answer your question, it differs on a whole bunch of different things.
Do you have like a ballpark range that the students get versus what the universities get? Because of course that's been a controversy for decades, is how much universities have been able to make off the players. You know this very well. They've been able to make a lot of money off the players. The players are a lot of them come from homes where that money could definitely be needed. Yeah. And of course, I assume you're giving them something, but generally, if you were to give a range for how much of a percentage the university gets versus a range of how much the kids get.
Yeah, we definitely. It is all about honoring the players, and it is a players first driven model where we're able to really come around them and support them first. And we also believe in the model that when everyone wins and everyone can come together, then it's a lot better. And so the players come first, and the players make more than the universities, and we believe that that's something that should be the case. But also, to be able to do it in uniforms with the partnerships, with the CLC and the logos and all the different, there's a lot of different teams that you have to get on board with all of the licensing. And so that is super important. And it's super important for us because we want to be able to do it the right way, in an honorable way. And so and we also think it's different in doing it where, an athlete's just in a shirts and a shorts versus being able to do it in uniform, as you're looking right there at Will Rogers, who's, has his own fan club and he's killing it. I think he's still the leading passing yards getter in the SEC. And so it's just been really fun to be able to rally around athletes like this and be able to bring excitement to them as well.
Do you have a ballpark
Is he getting
number
like
for
20%?
How much the kids get? Yeah, like 50% or...
Say it again.
Are they getting at least half? Are they getting comparable to what the university has? Does the university get more than the kids?
No, it is every model is based a little bit different on whatever partnership, but we are honoring the kids well because we believe that it needs to start with them and to be able to honor them first, and they are getting more.
Like 50%?
Y'all are focused on trying to get an exact amount, and it really does differ and change based on every model and every form of partnership.
All right. So back in March, your NFT startup also formed a 3-year partnership to push name, image, likeness deals for college athletes. What do you think you could have made in college if you had a deal like this?
I don't know. I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I have had, and it's just a different time, different season in life. And I think, it's name, image, and likeness is an opportunity for these young athletes to be able to take their brand awareness and use it. And I like to encourage them to try to use it for good, because we all have been blessed with different forms of platform, and let's take it and let's use it to be able to help as many people as possible. And I think for so many of them, they're really having the opportunity now to help themselves and their families and even their teammates. And man, if you would hear some of these stories of what some of these guys have done with what they've made, it's been really, really cool to see. And so I just want to also encourage them that using that and building their brand isn't just about the finances they make. It's also about the relationships and the partnerships that can last for a long time. And so it's just been really cool to see so many amazing stories, and to try to be part of encouraging the next generation of amazing young men and women. And I'll tell you what, it's not just football, it's also gymnastics. And, one of the really cool things that I loved is one of the best gymnasts in the country, with her tokenized NFT, and she's in her fan club she's actually letting people design part of her choreograph her competition. And so they get to be part of doing that with her. And it's like, when has a fan ever gotten the chance to do something like that before? Like someone that has a chance to compete for championships, and you get to be part of helping her choreograph her competition. That's pretty cool.
So Tim, what do you make of athletes getting paid in crypto? I mean, that seemed to have been a thing a couple of years ago, where athletes were asking to be paid in Bitcoin and I don't know, maybe ETH and the like. What's your take? Should they be allowed to be paid in anything other than greenbacks, or And what kind of, do you have any concerns that, you know how hard it is with a lot of athletes, especially in the NFL, these guys go bankrupt, shortly after their career is over. What's your take? What do you think they should be doing?
Well, I think to start answering a little bit of your last question first is a big part of my heart. Started a few years ago when you start to hear some of the statistics of, I still think it was something like over 70% of NFL players go broke within 3 years. And that just weighed on me and said, man, we got to be able to, to teach and educate and support and coach and help more. And to answer the first question, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is in all reality. I don't know what the different salaries of those that have asked for it to be in crypto or Bitcoin. I don't know what it looked like, what they actually have in their deals, in their deal points. I mean, I do think that a lot of these negotiations are changing with athletes, that it's not the same as it was. So that's a conviction that a young man or woman has and what they're trying to set up. Who am I to say that that's not something they can ask for? But at the same time, I just think for all of us, it's important that we all just try to get as educated as possible and learn, from the past, learn in the present, and so that we can adapt to the future and what is coming.
So, Tim, one last thing before we go. Tim Tebow Foundation does a lot with special needs kids. You have the special needs prom we had in Hasbrook Heights a while ago in New Jersey. What inspired you to get involved with special needs kids? Was there any one person that inspired you to do this?
Yes. Thank you so much for asking me about that, and thank you for being a part of it. Night to Shine is what you're referring to. It's a worldwide prom for people with special needs, and I was really inspired when I was 15 years old. I was in the jungles of the Philippines, and I had the opportunity to meet a boy who was born with his feet on backwards, and because of that, his village viewed him as cursed, as insignificant, and he was pretty much a throwaway. But I knew that day that he wasn't a throwaway to God, and really felt like God was putting on my heart, he better not be a throwaway to me. And I just fell in love with that boy, and I knew what I was supposed to do, and that was to fight for people that couldn't fight for themselves. And so now we're fortunate as a foundation to do that in over 70 countries around the world, to try to serve those that have been viewed as less than or insignificant or thrown away or trafficked or abandoned or viewed as less than, because we know nobody is less than, and we want to do everything we can to love them, to bring faith, hope, and love to them in their darkest hour of need. And so that's where Night to Shine was inspired from. And so now we get to celebrate boys and girls all over the world, and men and women, and it is my favorite night of the year, and it's actually how I got to meet my wife, because she had a sister with severe special needs. And so needless to say, that is a very important night for our family, and it's a night where we love being able to celebrate all of the kings and queens. And we say that because every single one of them, we crown them as kings and queens, and they're all kings and queens of the prom. And we also like to encourage them as, you'll be a king or a queen tonight, but we believe that God sees you as a king or a queen every day of your life.